What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here. And today I'm going to be taking a look at some new arrivals and some stuff that's coming soon to DLT Trading. It's been a while since we've done anything with DLT Trading. We've done a lot of Blade Binge. There's clearly a whole bunch of new stuff here that I have not taken a look at yet. So we're going to go through together and take a look. If you don't want to do that and you just want to look for yourself, that's fine. I'll link everything down in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. But if you want to stick around with me and hear my voice and my thoughts, well, stick around, because that's what I'm going to give to you. Oh, mother of God, I cannot see at all. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Okay. New arrivals. We're already on the page. PM Mach 2 3.5 in Magna Cut. So we do have those coming. The Dixon, in my opinion, is the most superior knife that that McNeese makes. It's like a more muscular, more robust Spyderco Slish Bowie without copying it exactly. Blade geometry's really, really nice. I like the 3.5. I think it's great, but anybody who just wants like a more muscular feeling knife, it's awesome. I know people are going to look at that and go, oh my God, $625. This is not a Chinese production knife. It's also not an American knife that's on the same plane as like Spyderco ZT Benchmade. No, this is in the same territory of like Hinderer knives. You know, not Strider pricing. I always leave Strider out, not because they're not in the same quality tier, but because they price their knives in a ridiculous way. Your Demco knives, like from the USA, your Chris Reeve knives, your Les George knives, like that's the territory they're in. We're USA small batch in-house, right? It is really good though. It needs a steel lock bar insert in my opinion, but otherwise an extremely good knife. I was very happy with it. These are small. Hogue Micro Counter Strike. Okay, just a little tiny baby boy. Have I reviewed that? I feel like maybe I have reviewed those. I'm not sure. Hey, what? Anybody in the comments want to clarify? Like, we're all of a sudden not seeing the zero blade tolerance versions of the Microtechs, and I think I know why. Has that ended, or is it still an ongoing thing? Any clarification would be appreciated because I do not know. We now have Sencut knives at DLT, which is cool. Just if you want to pick up a Sencut knife and you don't want to have to wait too long for shipping, DLT is typically going to ship stuff faster. We've seen a return of stuff like the Tyro and the, there it is right there, Vision FG. If you've been waiting on a specific version of the Vision FG, like the San Mai version right here, well, it's back. So that's pretty cool. They have the Praxis for 70. I think these are probably, oh, we got one for $46 here. That's probably still 9CR18MLV. Yeah, but at $46, that is a really, really good knife. Really good. My understanding on these is that now they are all being sold with the stop pin in a new location. If you didn't know, this knife had an issue. Like, this is the Snex Buster FG, so it has the super lock on it. This is an awesome knife. It's also huge. The picture probably doesn't really do it justice. It's absolutely massive. But the stop pin was like right here. Now, this is a problem because as you're sharpening this over time and removing material, eventually you're removing material where the stop pin connects. And that means that it's going to move its position, especially in the closed position. Well, definitely in the closed position because that's where it stops. But that means that when it closes up, the blade's going to be further back and eventually slamming into the back parts here on the spine and messing up the edge. So that was a huge problem with the knife. My understanding is all the new ones are being sold with the stop pin in a new location. If that is the case, I need to get my hands. Somebody down in the comments can confirm that, but I need to get my hands on one of these so I can re-review it. I like mine, but obviously the other stop pin position is going to be better. I have the Microtech Ramlock Stitch and the MSI in my possession in titanium. They are phenomenal. The better priced one by a long shot is the MSI. My only issue with both of these knives is they did a sneaky little price increase right after they released. There's a listing on Blade HQ that's not that old. It's probably like a week or two old that lists this knife in frag, like the more expensive version, for $455. So Microtech at some point told all the retailers, go ahead and charge $100 more, which is really irritating. Because this knife, and the thing that irritates me the most is that it's probably still within a good competition zone at this price. They're looking at the price of full titanium Hinderers, and they're like, yeah, we can price it the same way. Now, I don't put Microtech on the same level as like Chris Reeve or Demco or Les George, like those small batch, or Hinderer on the small batch. They do a really good job, though, and I think they definitely are a tier above Benchmade Spyderco ZT. Their execution's really good. They're contoured, right? But what was so impressive about these knives in the beginning is that they dropped them at $450, which was extremely competitive, and it actually felt right for the knife. So the fact that they bumped it up means that they bumped it up because they could, because there's not really anybody realistically competing with them exactly in that zone. And I know people are going to go, but Chinese, I'm not talking about Chinese comment. I'm talking about actual US-based competition, right? Somebody who's really making everything in-house in the USA, going full titanium this size, and then they have their own proprietary locking system, and their HRC has bumped up. It seems like they're targeting for their M390MK 60 to 62, something like that. I've had a lot of people report that those are the numbers that they're trying to get on these. So yeah, I feel like they were like, yeah, we can charge this, so we're going to, and that's a little irritating, right? That's what's going to keep me from buying one personally. Okay, we got the Landers. It's a really nice knife, though. I mean, like, I can't lie. It's ridiculously nice. I need to get my hands on the Heretic Hydra V4. I'm considering just buying one because everybody talks about how there's a power increase. I'd like to find out if that's actually true. But they look really cool. The Wii Ryzen, I just handled this knife yesterday. They run on phosphor bronze, which is kind of cool. $249, not bad for Wii and considering what it is. But yeah, phosphor bronze, so that's cool. Kitchen sharpeners. This guy drops on September 30th. I believe at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will notify everybody. Like, I'll put a, thing out the night before. But yeah. Ultratech. The purple Microtech Stitch. Not this one, but the one that's all red. I think I saw it at NC Blade. I was very, very, very close to actually... The battery's running low. Is this not plugged in? Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me save the screen recording here. There we go. Gee, Manini, that was a close one there. The red one I came really close to actually buying. Okay. Oh, there's a large Nkosi just sitting there, standard one. If you've been looking for that, there it is. I'm just not... The UTX 85 is just too small for me, but I have not reviewed the Gen 4, so maybe I should get my hands on it. I also need to review the Luminary. I've never reviewed that one. I'll have to see if I can get my hands on it. Combat Troodon LT Howhound Blue. Is this not... This is the older gen, right? No. It's a new gen Hellhound. Ooh. Ooh. I'll tell you what, man. If they ever did that in a Scarab, if they ever did a Hellhound Scarab, I'd buy it. Ultratech Shadow, not for $500. I mean, somebody will buy it, but that's just crazy. If they wanted to charge like $80 more for the DLC, right? That's what that is. They're like, oh, it's a signature series, right? Is that what they call this? Maybe they don't. Maybe they just call it Shadow. Hold on. Yeah, but I think they refer to this as a signature series. Either way, they're like, oh yeah, Shadow. That'll be $200 more. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about these two. Both of these knives are great. I just reviewed them. The Launch 23 and Launch 22 are completely different in terms of power. This is pretty typical Launch power. It literally feels like a ProTech. The Launch 22 is stupidly powerful, and one of two things is happening. In the review, I said it's probably a bigger coil spring. It's either a bigger coil spring or the tension that's created, like the point where it starts to create tension, is just different. And the reason I say that is because Hinderer Knives explained to me that the reason that the Auto Eclipse feels different than the Auto XM18 is because the point where it starts to create tension is just further away on the Eclipse. So it's the same coil spring, but the Eclipse fires harder. So maybe that's happening there. if there are different level, like whether it's a different level of tension or it's a different coil spring, it would be really cool if Kershaw had like a level 1 and level 2 rating system for power, or however many different they use, and let the retailers know so that people knew before they bought them. Because this might scare some people. This is going to feel pretty typical, right? Like this one right here is one of the most powerful Launch Series knives that I've ever felt. Spyderco Shaman and M3 knife. Is this... This is just available. What? What? How long has this been here? What the heck? Ooh, I kind of want to do another Shaman project. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, I got some ideas for that. Okay, I'll have to come back to that after I finish here. I saw Ray from Everyday City Carry messing around with this. It looks super weird. I don't know much about it. Let's open it up and read. That'll help. What the heck is going on here? Experience this cutting edge design. This is such an overused cutting edge. Cutting edge, you get it? Because it's a knife? Well, let's keep using that. Keep using that on retail sites for 20 years. All right. Experience the cutting-edge design of the Riot Knives VK Tron, the latest addition to your collection. This innovative non-locking folding knife features an adjustable tension tab on the front scale, allowing you to customize open resistance to suit your personal preference. Okay, so it's an adjustable slip joint. That's kind of neat. We saw it with the Kraken, however you say that. That's crazy. God, that is so retro looking. I picked up the new Nano Shark in titanium. They sent it to me, and I've been carrying that. I don't like it as much as the Shark Cub, but I do like it in full tie. And honestly, I like the Shark Cub in general. I think it's pretty good. We got some TF F1 Fat Daddies. Are these the OGs with the 1/4 inch blade stock? I think they are. Yeah. Oh, those are thick boys. 260 thousandths. Those are the originals. Original profile. Magna Cut. What's Medford running his Magna Cut at? Huh? Hey, we still got a whole bunch of these Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch non-flipper Bowies. If you didn't know that these are here, these are here. Non-flipper XM18 3.5 inch knives of any type are, in my opinion, the very best versions of XM18s. So if you're thinking about picking up an XM18, the flippers are fine, but getting rid of the flipper just solves a ton of issues ergonomically with the knife. I just think these are better. Yeah, they even bumped up the MSI since I did the review. This is crazy. When I reviewed the MSI, I found the base version at this guy right here. This one was $490. They bumped it up again. I even mentioned in the video, I said, didn't these release at like $425? That's just nuts. That's nuts. That's too bad. I was really excited about that. You know, I said a long time ago, I said they'll never do it. And if they do it, it'll be absolutely ridiculously priced. It'll be like $650, $700 or something. And I was wrong. And even their price increase is substantially lower than what I said. But the problem is that they released it so much lower than that. And that's what made it so incredible. I wanted to celebrate it. And then they do this sneaky, like, you showed us your hand. And then you're like, nah. Like, you showed us that you could release it for that, the lower price. But then you bumped the price up. Oh, I don't like that. I can understand very, very tiny increases over a long period of time. But that's just like $100. And we're like, but they're like, shut up! $100. $100 more. Crazy. XM18 3.5 inch skinny harpoon Spanto. Those are still available as well. Got some Heretic Medusas with kind of... That's very... The Magma UV Toxic is cool, but this is very much... You know, I save my... That looks like a gas station knife, because I still use that too. But people wield that phrase just freely. They'll use it for... Like, literally every knife that I have ever showed on this channel. There's at least one person in the comment going, that looks like a gas station knife. And I'm like, I feel like you don't know exactly what that means. You're using that in place of, I'm not really into that aesthetic. There is still a very, very specific look. And there are only a few knives that are really nice that are worthy of being labeled that way. This, in my opinion, is an actual gas station aesthetic on a really nice knife. Right? Just because it's colorful doesn't mean that it's a gas station. Like, it's a specific type of colorful. Not just anything that's colorful. You're free to say whatever you want. I'm just griping. The Mini RS. Give me the full-size one. Gosh darn it. I wonder if they ever fixed this good boy. Because mine all had issues. PLXT. These are actually mirror polished. The black one and this one are actually mirror polished. So if you want some mirror polished DLC, not just really high satin, mirror polished. Cerakote. I had this one. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of surprised that this is still here. I thought that was really cool. Hinderer hardware. I haven't seen that for a while. We got the Chubb. There's a little utility blade Chubb. Very cool. What else do we got here? I think I have one of these. I don't know who sent it, but oh yeah, it would have been Vero. Okay. Spartan Harzy. Joiner Die. Those are good knives. Microtech, Cypher. I'm still looking for something to spend the budget on. That Shaman is really tempting. Because it's a project knife. Oh, they got a whole bunch of these. Cochise. I just reviewed this. It's really good. Really good. This is kind of cool for 59 bucks. Probably not, insane. What's it made out of? 440C. Okay. Probably pretty soft 440C. It's going to have to be on a fixed blade. American Blade Works Model 1 V7. That's kind of cool. Those are nice knives and made in-house in the USA. Zero tolerance fixed blade. Is this a new? This is the 35 G2. I forgot this existed. I need to take a look at that. I don't think I've reviewed that. Maybe I have. Riat Jack Jr. That's cool. So we have G10 and S30V. That's the very first time I've ever seen Riat use S30V. Ever. Interesting. S30V in black aluminum. Okay. Anything else here on the 9th page? Auto Stitch. Got some of those. We have Paperweights. Rosecraft. Shark Cub 20 CV in orange and green. Let's go to... Just real quick. Whoops. What? There it is. Restock. Anything interesting in Restock? Doesn't appear that way. Sage 5 Lightweight, Salt F. Is this Magna Cut? Yes, it is. Sage 5 Lightweight, Liner Lock, Magna Cut. Right? No, Compression Lock. That's a pretty cool knife. Check that one out. Yeah, that's probably going to be it there. And then anything else coming soon besides the smock. I think we have to actually go right here. And then, yeah, your smock. Elfhorn Tusk. This is going to be probably the one that people are going to go for. This will probably go pretty quick. So again, I'll have a specific link for this down in the description, but September 30th at 10 a.m. That's 3 days, 21. Well, in your time, it's going to be closer. I'm recording this on Friday. So, but anyways, I'll link this down in the description as well as new arrivals and restocks. You guys can check everything out if you want to. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody.